Hi guys, what's up? My name is Miggz and welcome back to my channel. So for today, I am going to talk about my pre-release experience. Wizard of the Coast released the new Magic the Gathering set, which is Ravnica Allegiance, and this is actually kind of like my first PR. My first PR was GRN, which is Guilds of Ravnica. I piloted a friend's PR, but now I am piloting my own PR kit. So it was really lots of fun. The RNA PR was 19 to 20 of January. However, the Philippines had some kind of like delay issues regarding the PR kits, but most game stores were managed to continue the PR nonetheless. Instead of the 19 to 20 of January date, what happened was PR season of the Philippine Magic community was 20 onward. So even if RNA is widely released on the 25th, there will be some PR events that will still be held during that period. So luckily, my local game store, which is Rima's MTG hub, managed to get the PR kits around Sunday. So the first pod was held on Sunday, and then second pod on the Monday. So that means my PR was on the 21st. I wasn't able to participate in the first pod, but that's okay. At least the second pod was a complete 8-person pod, so no buys, no missing persons, a complete PR experience. So I would like to thank you so much to Kuya Amer for bringing the PR to Lipa. Alright, so for this video, this is kind of like two parts. First part is my PR experience, and then the second one will be piloting Gabs's Rakdos PR kit. What I got is the Orzhov PR kit, white black, and what he is gonna get is the black red. And then his PR kit, I am going to pilot that one at Got Game in Makati. That is the PR Friday. But before I talk about the Rakdos PR, I am going to talk about my guild, which is Orzhov. Again, this is the white-black guild of Ravnica, and I have here my deck right here. And I guess what I'm going to do is to first show you what I got, my PR pulls, and then my prize pull. Let's go, unboxing.
Ba't Rakdos ang kanya?
Iyan yan.
Kay Ian.
Let's go, Warzone. Gandang dice. Seeded. Tax. Provider. Guide.
Font of Agonist.
Azurus Roots near.
Uy, magkano nga to? 1K?
Wow, like ano?
Basura. Nice, yo.
Uy!
Uy! What's that? What's that? Pwede. Uy! Sabi na yun. Pwede. Uy, ayos yan. Magyan ang sabi na yan. Ikaw, ang PR code mo. Wala pa. Ito nga ka? Ito nga. Mamaya pa. Ito nga. Pwede na, pangit ang nag-iisa.
So May six. May
Yung savage
apat pa.
Careful yung absorb. Nice. Ano nag-iisa?
Para mabalik ang record mo.
Yun. Naisa.
Angel of Grace.
Yun.
Ayos.
Ano daw yan sa Japan? Ewan ko lang dito sa atin. Dude, God bless man. Man. Genic MYTHIC pa.
Ano, dalawa na. Punta pa ako ni.
Dalawang Font of Agonies. Wala nga masyadong pay life dito. Ano ba may pay life dito? Doon sa kabilang set.
Damage binding.
Daming green, no? Ito mo yung fire.
Hoy, yung Senate Guild Mage.
Asan? Eh.
Ano PR foil mo? Miggz.
Hoy, may foil.
PR foil?
Oo, rare foil.
May lupa.
Sigana.
Ligan na. Gutter Bones yung regular na.
Okay. Not bad.
Hindi ko pa nakikita yung pure foil ko. Gusto may surprise.
Blood trip yan ako. Blood trip na yan.
Alam mo, yun din
Sino
kailangan.
nakaka-fetch pa? Ikaw?
Oh, Thunderstrike.
Ganda ng kit mo.
Force of Black.
Pero talaga pag pag second pad ka.
Oo nga. Dito lumabas natin.
Natanggal yung mga crap. Arbiter, Titanic Draw, Stink of
Yun, tatlo ng pagkapagonis.
Lintik na!
Pero foil yung isa.
Revival Revenge.
At least alam ko, ikikip ko yung foil, papa.
Tatlo?
Or split card yung foil, yung rares ko.
Kung meron lang nagpe-pay ng life.
Oh.
Meron kong ace days, oh.
Walker? Ay, hindi. Si naka-walker eh. Irving.
Sino Walker?
Secret!
Ganun ang tawa si Dobing Ban. Ganun ang tawa eh. Kasi kanyang kulay yun eh.
Ano na ito?
Rhythm of the Wild.
Uy, Nikia.
Galing bumagay yung ng tawa.
Sphinx of Foresight.
Ina-judge ko yan sa tawa.
Gateway Plaza. Na foil.
Force of Interest.
Okay, ito na. Ito na yung PR foil ko. Yun! Ethereal of Absolution. Creatures you control gets +1/+1. Creatures your opponent controls gets -1/-1.
Ayun pa yung silver.
Gate deck.
Bring to trial, consign to the pit, syndicate.
First time.
Walang booster pack na yan. Ano?
Pangalawa na po. Apat lang po.
Lima yun.
Sama yung seeded.
Anim kasama si David.
Yung itong ano, Immolation Shaman. Maganda din.
Mix pero kawin ko lang.
Tatlong packs, no?
Yan na. Wala.
Ano, Orso?
Oo nga pala. Tignan natin. Let's go.
Timur. Yan lang ang blue mo. Fine! Takta na lahat yan.
Ay, siya yung trek. Kaya nagkata ng ano, ng black-white. Mas mahal to.
Last one.
Ay, siya
Uy,
yung
ito.
Ano kulay?
black-white.
Ano to?
God bless.
Be concave perception.
God bless. Tama nga ba? Tama.
Harold Pong.
Harold Pumpkin.
Quench.
Ay, hindi naman nag-working. Harold Pong.
Uy, isa pa. Basilic Bell Hunt, light up the stage.
Yun, maganda rin yan.
Last one.
Nag-aantap.
Ano to?
Nagka-
Biomancer's Familiar. Foil na Thirsting Shade. Last one. Twilight Panther.
Yung sama rin sa'yo, Erickson.
Opo.
Ikaw, Luis.
Apa.
Ako, yung ganda.
Ma-mortify lang.
Yun, isa pang
Speaking
mortify.
Speaking of.
1, 2,
Yan, ano yan?
ano to? Plaza of Harmony.
Gates.
Okay na. So, I won second place with Orzhov. My deck is actually Mardu Limited. That's what I'm gonna call it because this is again a limited format. So yeah, this is basically Orzhov with a dash of red, mostly because I have Screw the Critics, and I am going to break down that deck right now. Alright, so quick deck tech. So PR is a limited sealed format. So this is kind of like draft of some sort. You have around 6 packs to open, and you make a 40 card deck. And inside the PR kit, you have a guide. I actually followed the guide, which is very helpful. What I have here are my lands. So again, since this is Mardu is black, red, white. I have here around 17 lands. Pulling out 2 Gateway Plazas in that PR kit wasn't a real bummer because this is basically the foundation of my land whenever I play a match. Since that this adds 1 mana of any color, it really helped a lot. It really got my mana fixed, even if it delays your play a turn because you have to pay 1 mana so that you don't have to sacrifice it. Also, it comes into the battlefield tapped. For the sideboard, I guess it's gonna be the rest of the cards that I pulled. And for my main deck, I have here for my 1-drops these 2 cards. Thirsting Shade, it's a 1/1 lifelink. Pay 3 to add +1/+1 until end of turn. So it's kind of like Dreadshade, but I guess weaker. The good part of this one is the lifelink feature. So every time I swing, it adds at least 1 life for me. So it really saves me from those burn cards that triggers around 2 to 3 damages on me. And then next is my Gutter Bones rare card. It's a 1-drop. It's a 2/1. Enters the battlefield tap, and then pay 2. You can return it from your graveyard to my hand. Activate only during my turn, and only if an opponent lost life. Dex is by 2-drops. So I have here 5 cards. I have here Revival, Revenge. I mostly use this on cards, especially Imperious Oligarch, since that if I cast it for 2, which is the Revival side, return target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. So let's say Imperious Oligarch, which is a 2-drop, 2/1, Vigilance with Afterlife 1. If this one dies, it gives me a 1/1 white-black spirit token. And then I use Revival to bring back this one and to the battlefield immediately. So technically I have 2 creatures on that turn, just in case I have this one only. So the Afterlife feature saved me most of the time, of course, because if my opponent has a lot of creatures on the battlefield, it is a really huge problem because I don't have a mass removal and a kind of like a cheap converted mana cost card to destroy a creature. So Afterlife really helps in this limited format. And then for my other 2 cards, I have here 2 Imperious and 1 Revival, and then the last 2 is Bladebrand, which gives target creature Death Touch until end of turn, and then I have a draw a card feature. And it's very, very helpful because black doesn't really have a lot of draw engines. And then I also have here Impassioned Orator. So it's a 2/2 2-drop. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under my control, I gain 1 life. So it's like a Johnny's Welcome with defeat. Third drop would be Visculpa Vampire. It's a lifelink, 3-drop 3/1. And then a 3-drop that touch 2/2. And then I have here a 3-drop 2/1 with Riot. This is Burning 3 Vandal. And then whenever it attacks, I discard a card and then I draw another one. So I basically discard the crap ones, the cards that I don't really need, and then draw another good one. So top deck gaming strong. Then I have here another Visculpa Vampire, and then Scurrilous Critics. And then my 4th drops. So I have here 2 Syndicate Messenger. It has Afterlife 1 and then flying. It's a 2/3, so it's good in blocking and attacking. And since that it's flying, I can trigger the Spectacle in case that the opponent doesn't have any flyers as well. I also have here Basilica Bellhunt, 4-drop for 3/4. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card and I gain 3 life. Real lifesaver in critical late game moments. And then I have here Angelic Exaltation. Let's say I have a big creature and then 2 smaller creatures. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets +X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. So technically, my big ass creature would gain +X depending on how many creatures there are in the battle. And then I have here Gorklan Wrecker. It's Menace and it has Riot, so that's a good thing. Menace is always a great thing. And my key card. So Ill-Gotten Inheritance is a 4-drop enchantment. Beginning of your upkeep, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and I gain 1 life. And then pay 6 and sacrifice this one. Deals 4 damage to target opponent and I gain 4. I don't really use the sacrifice most of the time unless I really need it, but the upkeep trigger really changes everything once I land it on the battlefield. And then 5 drops. So my mythic card, Angel of Grace. So it's a 5 to cast, 5/4. It has flash, flying, enters the battlefield until end of turn. Damage that would reduce your life total to less than 1, reduce it to 1 instead. And pay 6, exile this card from your graveyard. My life total becomes 10. So lifesaver during late game. I discard this one sometimes and then pay 6 so that I could bring my life a bit higher in case that I'm down to 5 or less. And then I have here my 5th drop, Removal. Target creature -3 gets -3/-3 until end of turn. Clear the stage. And then if I control a creature with power 4 or greater, I may return up to 1 target creature card from my graveyard to my hand. And then lastly, for my 6 up, I have here 2 Consigned to the Pit. So this is a 6-drop black sorcery card. Destroy target creature, and then it deals 2 damage to that creature's controller. And then lastly, another key card is the Ethereal Absolution. So this is actually my foil PR foil card. So this is a 6-drop enchantment, white black. Creatures I control gets +1/+1. Creatures your opponents control gets -1/-1. And then I pay 4, exile a target card from an opponent's graveyard. If it was a creature card, you create a 1/1 white black spirit creature token with flying. So if I don't have any creatures on the battlefield, I have to exile a creature card from the opponent's graveyard, and then it gives me a 1/1 spirit token. So it's very helpful, especially in the late game, sometimes even if I'm in the early game, if I don't have that much of creature cards on my hand, I usually cast that and then try to destroy one on the next turn, and then the next turn I pay for to exile what I destroyed and then get a spirit token. So yeah, I guess that's about it for my PR deck. And now I am going to cut this part of the video and probably gonna talk about and show the PR loots and probably every other footage that I want to include for piloting Gab's Rakdos PR at the GOT Game event. So, see you guys later. Bumaksak. Okay, weird eye. Uy, tip taker. No foil. Uy, foil. May genic. That's basically 2/4. Oh my gosh. siya. Hindi ko alam. Basta okay. Mirror match. PR4. Wait, may message ko tigas 4,000. So, PR foil. I don't think that's good, but Cactus Lock can clear the stage. Fireblade Artist. Cavalcade of Calamity. Carrion Imp. Feral Mahaka. Blade Juggler. Rubble Reading. Undersea Embrace. Rubble Belt First Box. Put Light Beam. Practice Toss to Practice. Yes. Nice.
Isang quench. Promise ko yung nakasama yung
Pangit.
Hindi. Yung isa yung si Sagarius.
Sino?
Yung Renegade.
Hindi. Ravnica Weekend yun.
Kailan yung bukas pa?
Hindi. Yun. February.